500 grand in Jacksonville and 5 million in Jacksonville can buy you two completely different versions of a darn good life. That's what makes this place fun. One lane gives you that clean, dialed-in lifestyle you see in spots like Seven Pines or SilverLeaf, where the day-to-day feels easier before you even walk inside. The other puts you in that rare air world of waterfront views, dock out back living, in the homes that look like they know they're winning somewhere off the Intracoastal. It's the same metro, but a completely different Tuesday. So what actually gives you the better Jacksonville life here? The bigger flex, or the one that just feels better every single day? Jacksonville doesn't run like one market. It runs like a stack of different lifestyles wearing the same zip code. And around here, money is not just changing the house, it's changing how your daily life actually feels. The numbers back that up fast. Jacksonville can sit around the mid 300,000s at the citywide median, but that headline number hides the split. Parts of the west side and north side can still feel more like $250,000 to $350,000 lane. Slide toward the south side and St. John's side of the conversation, and now you're playing more into the $400,000 to $800,000 world. Start talking beaches, intracoastal, or real waterfront, and $600,000 to over $1.5 million, plus stop sounding crazy real quick. That's a bunch of different lives all packed into one metro. One version of Jacksonville gives you coffee by the trails, golf carts cruising by, clubhouse chatter, kids at the pool, and a setup where a lot of life happens without leaving the neighborhood. Another gives you salt in the air, quiet off the water, a dock out back, and the kind of privacy that changes the whole mood of the place. One lane is convenience, amenities, and low friction daily life. Another is scarcity, breathing room, and location doing half of the flexing for you. So the real question is not what house looks best online. What do you want life to feel like once you're actually here? If you're trying to figure out which version of Jacksonville actually fits your life and your budget, stop guessing and start with people who know this market cold. We are the local Jacksonville real estate team of choice for buyers and sellers who want smart guidance and real local perspective. You can call us, text us, or email us using the contact info in the description. It will help you sort out the neighborhoods, the price points, and the trade-offs that fit the way you actually want to live. At 5 million, Jacksonville stops feeling like regular real estate and starts feeling like access. Water, privacy, scarcity, the kind of property that does not need to explain itself because the setting already did. The market splits fast up here. Newer entry-level luxury can start around $700,000 to maybe $900,000. Core high-end tends to live more in the $900,000 to $1.5 million range. Once you clear roughly $1.5 million, you are usually in the world of custom homes, real waterfront, bigger land, or something rare for reasons you cannot fake. So at 5 million, you are not just buying a nicer house, you are choosing between versions of luxury most buyers never get to shop. Coastal premiums around here can run roughly 2 to 4 times inland pricing, which is why a polished inland house can still lose the battle to something smaller with the right water access or maybe a beach location. At this level, value is not better finishes with a bigger number attached. It is placement. Water, beach, proximity, privacy, a property that feels hard to replace once you've seen it. You feel the difference fast. In the daytime, it is the long sight lines, the big glass, the summer kitchens that actually get used, pools that feel more resort than backyard. Then night hits, and the whole place changes character. The water goes dark, reflections start bouncing, exterior lighting takes over. What looked impressive at lunch feels cinematic after sunset. That is when this bracket clicks. Not just expensive, but atmospheric. There is also a real split inside this tier. Some homes are selling ease. Newer construction, cleaner systems, stronger efficiency, less maintenance drama. Other homes are selling irreplaceability. Sometimes older, sometimes custom, sometimes less perfect on paper. But the setting is the headline, and no design center on earth is going to fake that. 500 grand is where Jacksonville gets honest. It's not cheap, it's not luxury, it's honest. This bracket forces the real conversation. What actually matters to you? With the broader Jacksonville area still sitting around the mid 300,000s for the median, 500 already puts you above the middle. It also drops you right into the most crowded stretch of the market. Roughly 350,000 to 550,000 is where buyers are all wrestling over the same stuff at the same time. Space, school zones, location, age of the home, neighborhood setup, and how ugly the monthly payment gets after insurance and fees pile on. And it buys more than one kind of good. Go one direction, and that number still gets you more house, more yard, older bones, and enough breathing room that you do not feel packed in. But go another direction, and the square footage tightens up, but the days get easier. Shorter errands, newer homes, pools, trails, sidewalks, parks. The kind of setup where Saturday already feels easier. A third lane trades that polished new build look for mature trees, older streets, and a house that feels lived in instead of staged for photos. That menu changes fast depending on where you land. Out toward parts of the west side or the edges near Oakleaf, 500,000 can still feel pretty roomy. Now toward the south side and parts of St. John's or newer community setups near E-Town, and the same budget starts getting carved up differently. Maybe you get better convenience, maybe newer construction, maybe a pool and trails and a neighborhood features people actually enjoy using. Maybe less lot, less backyard. The dollars hold steady, but the lifestyle has shifted. Builders change that math too. Entry-level new construction around the metro can still start in the $300,000 to $400,000 in the outer ring areas. Step into the more polished mid-tier community setups, and now you are looking more in the $400,000 to $700,000 band. In some newer corridors, $500,000 feels like the point where the house, the neighborhood, and the daily routine finally start lining up. Now the trade-offs start biting. A little further out can mean more house, but more windshield time every week. A tighter lot in a newer neighborhood can mean less yard, but lower maintenance and easier mornings. An older home in an established pocket can bring better trees and more personality, but now you are inheriting quirks too. A house can win the showing and still lose at the resale game. Around Jacksonville, resale strength is not just about looks. It comes down to demand depth, how easy the neighborhood is to understand, and how quickly the next person can picture life there without needing a full sales pitch. In the roughly $350,000 to $550,000 range, you are sitting in the deepest part of the market. More people chasing the same equation. That usually gives you more flexibility on the way out. Above $900,000, and especially north of $1.5 million, the pool gets thinner and the taste gets sharper. Nobody is asking, can I make this work? They are asking, do I want this exact house in this exact setting at this exact number? A polished home in a neighborhood with busy sidewalks, a real pool scene, walking trails, and club spaces tends to move cleaner because people get it fast. Structured suburban neighborhoods often move with less friction for the same reason. The package is clear. That is one reason master plan communities can carry roughly a 5 to 20% premium and still keep strong appeal. The list price gets all the attention, but the monthly burn tells the truth. Property taxes are the first gut punch. Effective rates around here often sit in the 0.9% to 1.2% range. That's fine until the sale closes. After that, taxes can jump roughly 20 to 60% because the seller's assessed value in the homestead cap did not travel with the house. Plenty of buyers look at the current tax line, build their budget off of it, and realize too late that they are counting on somebody else's break. Insurance is the bully in the room. In this market, homeowners insurance can run roughly anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 or more a year, and it does not take much to push that number higher. Older roof, older systems, more wind, more water, a place near the Atlantic beach or in a more exposed stretch can carry a very different insurance load than a newer inland build near Oakleaf or one of the newer St. John's corridors. Neighborhood costs do their part too. Basic HOA dues can sit around $50 to $150 a month. Amenity-heavy communities can land more in the $150 to $300 a month range. Add a CDD, you may be looking at another $1,500 to $3,000 a year folded into that tax bill. Nobody falls in love with an invoice, but if the pool, the trails, the gym, and the clean common areas help sell you on the place, those fees belong in the decision, not in the fine print after the fact. Utilities are not exactly polite in Florida either. AC is not a cameo here. It is a permanent cast member. A newer place is not automatically overpriced. A polished newer home in a community setting can cost more up front and still feel cleaner every month. You have stronger systems, better efficiency, fewer surprise repairs, often a friendlier insurance setup. On the flip side, an old charmer with extra personality can win the showing, then ask for more money in all the places the listing barely mentioned. Okay, be honest. By now, you already know which lane you'd pick. At $500,000, the sweet spot is balance. That budget puts you above the median and right into the busiest stretch of the market. Bigger demand, more resale flexibility, more ways to build a solid life without making the budget tap out. That buyer is usually chasing stability, not status. Better mornings, less maintenance, cleaner spending, a place that fits the life instead of running it. At $5 million, the whole conversation changes. The normal market is already behind you. You are stepping into a lane most people never even shop. Intracoastal water behind the house, Ponte Vedra Beach proximity, bigger land, maybe fewer rooftops, a setting that does not feel replaceable because it probably isn't. The person who knows their own priorities, neither path is automatically better. One just fits your life better than the other. Strip away the listing photos, the bragging rights, and all the noise. And the answer gets pretty simple. Go with the lane that still feels right after the adrenaline wears off. The truth is, in Jacksonville, the biggest budget does not automatically win. The right fit for you is what wins. I've seen buyers chase the flash and end up happier with the house that made their mornings easier, their weekends smoother, and their monthly life a lot easier to carry. I've also seen buyers know immediately that the water, the privacy, and the rare setting were the whole reason they were here. And for them, paying up was exactly the right move. What never works, though, is guessing. So if you're buying, selling, relocating, or trying to figure out which neighborhoods, price points, and trade-offs actually fit your life, we are the Jacksonville real estate team of choice, and we do this every single day. You can call us, text us, email us using the contact info in the description. And if you aren't quite ready to speak with us yet, that's fine. Feel free to download our relocation guide. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. The guide has lots of information that could help make your move to Northeast Florida successful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.